Hi, and welcome to my channel, Abby's Anxiety. I'm Abby, and today I'm talking about my affirmations. And I'll show you my devotions, affirmations, not drawer, bin. If you saw my organization video, then the bin will be very familiar to you. You saw it in that video. But I'll talk about how I do them and a little bit of why I do them. So here it is. I know that I showed you this in my last video, but I wanted to show you not my devotions, but show you and talk to you about my affirmations. Because I know I mentioned in my last video that I don't feel like I'm often affirmed by anyone if I don't do it myself. And that's not entirely true. I have a lot of really supportive, really supportive people in my life. And if you're one of them, and I haven't said it recently, thank you. If you're one of them and I've said it recently, thank you. But I wanted to show you this container, because this one is, you might not be able to read it, but I've got it labeled devotions. And I keep it my personal favorite version of the New Testament. It's an actual legitimate Bible translation, although a lot of people say that it's not. Wycliffe Bible translations. But yeah, I spent the first part of my life in Hawaii, and this language, which is Hawaiian Pidgin, is so easy for me to understand, and it just makes the Bible make so much more sense to me when I'm not tripping over the vocabulary. And so when I do my devotions, I often read from this Bible, the Jesus book. I am very slowly making my way through this book, The Inner Voice of Love by, I never know how to say the last name of the author, so it's right there. Him. I'm gonna find one that I have not done. There we go. They're just little short readings. I find that I relate a lot to them. And so when I do my devotions, I read through one of these and just take some time to reflect on it. And then this is my Bible, the one that I'll take with me to church and all of that kind of thing. I mean, your standard Old and New Testament. I'll set those back in. But the part that's actually the meat of this video are these and these. A couple months ago, I sorted through my stationery and found out I have way too much of it. And some of what I had is just not practical for writing to people. And so I took some of this, particularly these, and I wrote devotions. And not devotions, I wrote affirmations on them. And if you know my story, you know about my transition between names. And so it's interesting because some of these I addressed to Abby, and some of them I addressed to my old name. And there's personal reasons to why I did that. But every morning I pull out one of these, usually just at random, and I got my letter opener with my Grace card, which if you recognize this Grace card, you might have one too. But yeah, I've held on to mine, and I need it as a reminder pretty frequently. I open up one of these envelopes, I use my letter opener, and inside the envelope is a card. I knew I had a pencil in here. It was hiding. And I use them as kind of a reminder, a focus for the day. Like this one is, bring your pain and joy to your Father. He wants it all. And it's just a reminder that, oh yeah, like I can bring not only my pain and the hard stuff to God, my Father, but I can also bring my joy and my excitement. And He really enjoys it when I just am having a blast, and He wants to hear about it. Just like any parent, not any parent, I know too many that aren't like that. Just like any good parent really enjoys when their child is having a great time and wants to tell them about it. Another one, I did kind of rifle through these, and so these top ones I'm okay reading to you. You are exactly who you were made to be. Trust God as you discover your new identity. I'm in a point where I feel like my entire identity has been flipped upside down, and I feel incredibly lost. Just in terms of who I am, in terms of what I'm supposed to be doing, all of that kind of stuff. And so this, it's just a reminder, like, oh yeah, I'm exactly who I was made to be, and I can continue to trust God, my Father, as I discover my identity. This is the last one I'll read, I think. I'll see what's under it. It's okay to be joy-filled even when everything is falling apart. I have a tendency towards depression and just getting really down. And so I have to remember it's okay to laugh, and it's okay to have fun and be silly and crazy and have joy in the midst of everything going crazy. We're in the middle of COVID right now, and it's been, I don't want to think about how long it's been since my last day of work, and I ended up losing my job because of this, and I've had no success in finding a new one, and it's frustrating, and it makes me feel anxious about just financially what I'm going to do in the future, anxious about having a purpose in life. Yeah, and rejection is hard to keep on getting, nope, we've chosen another candidate. It's hard and frustrating and anxiety producing. And so this, just is what I needed to hear. Like, it's okay to be joy-filled, everyone. Try again. It is okay to be joy-filled even when everything is falling apart. I need that reminder. And here's where we'll stop. Your body is at home with God. I've got body image problems. And actually this one specifically ties into one of the readings from The Inner Voice of Love. And it's, a lot more personal, and I'm not going to go into it. That was my signal card of stop. I'm going to pull my pencil out, put these cards back in here. I keep a pencil in here because I actually keep a number of pencils in kind of random areas because I find myself very frequently looking for them. Going back, my affirmations. These are some envelopes and cards that I can write new ones on. I still have a fair number that I haven't even opened yet. And actually in the mornings, I'm not going to show you, but in the mornings what I do is I open one of these up and I read it, and then I have a piece of twine with little miniature clothespins on it hanging above my bed. My bed is not made right now, and I'm going to be that vain and not show it to you until I make my bed. I have a little twine with clothespins on it above my bed, and I hang it there. And I usually have 2 or 3 of them hanging there. I limit myself to having a maximum of 3, which means if I pull out a new one and it's one that I really want to hang up, I take down one of the old ones. Once I go through all of these, I will likely sort through these and find ones that are relevant and good reminders always, and just cycle through them again, because I think affirmations are something that can be repeated and need to be repeated over and over again. And you can see I've got a stack. I think I wrote maybe 60 of them total. Not all of them are in this bin. Some of them are in another spot too. But I've got quite a stash, and so I've got quite a number to rotate through. But yeah, I wanted to show you my devotions and affirmation bin. So that's my process of how I do affirmations, and the why behind it. I know I touched a little bit about it in the previous clip, but the why is really, I need it. COVID has been hard, and this quarantine has been hard, and I don't want this to be a political piece, but just seeing people making choices and then seeing the consequences of those choices really scares me. And my own personal history scares me and makes me probably more afraid of COVID than a lot of people. But it scares me, and it's also really isolating. All of us know that this is an isolating time, and I love that my church is doing a lot of things to help deal with that isolation and encouraging community groups to still get together, in general online, but I think they're also encouraging like safe distancing in-person meetings. I'm not going to go into all of that, but yeah, my church is encouraging a lot of connection still and providing areas and ways for that to happen. I've talked about yoga and my yoga friends, and so I get that connection 5 days a week. I have a lot of connection, but I don't have my regular routine, and I don't get to go to a lot of the things that I used to go. I used to go to a thing on Monday nights, and that's where I received a lot of my encouragement and a lot of my affirmation. And I miss that. I really miss that. And I'm realizing now how much I depended on that encouragement and how much I depended on seeing those people who we were digging into just challenging parts of our stories with. How much I miss that time of being able to share and having somebody just affirm like, yeah, that sounds really hard, or affirm, be like, congratulations, like that's amazing. Because affirmation is not always about like, wow, you put a lot of effort, good job. I feel like it can cover everything. And I realized that I really miss that. And I know that that's contributing to my depression and some of my other mental health stuff going on right now. And I have to assume that I'm not the only one out there that's having a lot of these feelings and a lot of these experiences. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say. So I'm going to kind of wrap it up and call it a video. I recommend that everybody, I don't care who you are or what your religious beliefs are, I recommend that everybody have some kind of a practice of affirming themselves. Check out my method. If you think that it might work for you, then go for it. Took some index cards and some envelopes for me to set up. And I know it's made a difference in my mental health, and maybe it'll make a difference in yours too. But thanks for watching. If you're somebody that has watched all of my other videos, like, thank you. That actually means a lot to me. And I appreciate knowing that what I'm saying is actually being heard. Because when I do these videos, I kind of want other people to watch them, but I also have the attitude of, realistically, nobody's going to watch this stuff. So this really is a channel that I'm just doing for myself. And if others gain encouragement from it, then that's amazing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for encouraging me by watching this. And I am holding my phone. You can tell from the shakiness of this whole thing, so I can't wave like usual. Here we go. Yeah, thank you for coming, and I'll see you next time. Bye.